Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. If you're new, I'm about to curse in a minute because I have to demonstrate how Shikoin at Ho-Chan, this is how we learned. So if you're new here or if you don't like profanity, I mean, cut it off or leave or mute it or whatever you have to do. But I will get into the Baqua steps that I was talking about. But I want to get back to last week real fast. Teacher, if our feet were like this, if we were here, and I can't hardly keep them that way, if we were here, look it's like an inch. It's like an inch. If we were that way, teacher would flip out. That's why I learned so quickly, because I didn't want him. I was always thinking, man, I don't want this psycho yelling and cussing me out. I mean, he would be like a drill instructor just in somebody's face, just yelling, "You stupid motherfucker. How many goddamn times do I have to tell you to keep your fucking feet straight?" And he would just be flipping out. So I kept my feet straight. I was like, I don't want this dude doing that to me. But then I was there about 10 years when he said, "Do you know," and he didn't say it to me, he said it to the whole class. He said, "Do you know why I'm so strict on the feet being straight?" And we're all just like, "Why?" "Your energy can't flow properly if your feet are not straight. So that's the only thing he said about it. But then you start thinking about things and you start seeing how everything is, and you start learning other things. You see that it's so necessary for your feet to be straight. Okay, so that's all I want to say about that. That's for another topic. I want to get into a little bit of the Baqua, because in most Chinese Kung Fu, you'll see a lot of crossing type of steps, even going backwards, where there's distance between the feet. And there's reasons for that in certain instances, but rarely do you see these small, subtle steps like they are in Baqua. I mean, to hook an ankle with that type of small, subtle stepping and then get behind the person is absolutely mandatory in Chinese martial arts. So, you guys, I don't know what kind of health you guys are in or whatever, but we used to practice this thing where we would act like we're stepping around a square box. So we would make that step. You see how I'm here. You transfer the weight. And I'm not going to get into the transferring of the weight too much, because I just want to show you guys this is what we would do as practice to make a box. Okay, you can go any kind of way. You want to get out of looking down. You want to be stable. And of course, we would do it very slowly. Once the foot was turned, the toes come down last. The shift occurs where the front leg is pulling while the back leg is pushing off, So all of these little intricacies get into it. But if you think about it, it's not just for fighting. It is for health and life. Okay, so as we age, I don't hardly know anybody that got old that didn't have some kind of major bruise from falling in the shower. Okay, so you really want that stability. So if you guys want to get more into Baqua footwork or whatever, we could do that. Okay, so that's no problem, because I love it. But just basic comparisons is what I'm looking at. When you're here, you'll see this in Chinese martial arts all the time. When do you ever see that happen? But when you're in tight and you can spin on a dime, that to me, you guys, simplifies the step. This is the other thing I wanted to say about Baqua before we end this, is every throw I ever learned in my life got improved 100 times over by Baqua. Got simplified. The throw got easier and faster and more effective because of Baqua. So think about that. Think about what I said about the footwork. Think about what teacher said about the footwork. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.